Reasonably believing the evidence. This is Paul. Yeah. You know, there could be a substantial and specific danger to the public health or safety. Yeah. When you terminate parenting rights without a hearing. Now, I'm going to sue these employees of the state. Yeah. Because I informed the civil rights coordinators that my rights are being violated. And somebody decided to misprision all this. Now, the attorneys of the state of Washington, yeah, being fully subject to the laws of the state of Washington, laws of the United States. Did you know that there's the availability of terminating parenting rights without having a termination hearing? The Constitution of the state of Washington and the Constitution of the United States. Now, I've emailed thousands of attorneys. Yeah. And your way of handling it was that you're just going to cover it all up. Now, the oaths of office that have sworn, yes. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I am a citizen of the United States and the state of Washington, and I'm legally qualified to assume the office, yes. And that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States and the state of Washington. Now, I have a real difficult time believing that any sworn oath of office has faithfully and impartially discharged the duties of their office to the best of their ability, yes, when they have any knowledge of courts issuing court orders that terminate the parenting rights of parents without any due process of law. That goes for every mayor, every governor, all state legislatures, yes. Those that are sworn oaths of office, that they have knowledge of forgery and fraud, yes, that has been used to terminate parenting rights. A protection order is not the court order that you use to terminate the parenting rights of parents. Now, my record was expunged, yes, and you decided that you would misprision felony. Now, you have the knowledge of the commission of the felony of kidnapping. You have the knowledge of the commission of the felony of violating the civil rights of American citizens. If you willfully conceal the commission as state employees, right, federal employees, you can be charged with misprision of felony. Now, misprision of felony is a form of obstruction of justice. Governor. You know, my experience is that when I email the Supreme Court of Washington State and they say, well, we just don't have any authority to enforce the Constitution. We do see that Paul did not get any notice of court hearings. We are aware that he was served in the Sequim Public Library. We realize the wrongful execution of the court order. We acknowledge that the individual didn't have a uniform on. When you're convicted and you face up to a $250,000 fine, yeah, I'm going to sue you, the employee. I'm going to sue your employer. I'm going to sue your union. Yes, I'm going to sue your organizations, associations, and all of those that you belong to where you said right now. State employees, I do not care who you are. For every teacher that says, well, we do know there was a protection order issued against Paul C. Budnick, but we also realize that the teacher, Heidi Lee Budnick, yeah, she didn't acknowledge it. Didn't appear in court. See, in her mind, well, I didn't really want it. I thought it was better that he talked to his sons. Now, 9.82.030, misprision of treason. Every person having the knowledge of the commission of treason who conceals the same and does not, yes, as soon as may be, disclose such treason to the governor, or justice of the Supreme Court, or judge of either the Court of Appeals or the Superior Court. Well, after 10,000 times emailing justices of the Supreme Court of Washington State, you decided to misprision the treason of making war against the United States because of the issuance of fraudulent court orders that take children from their parents. It's more than a kidnapping now. Isn't that right? Mhm. See, it's war against the United States population. Yes, where judges and sheriffs and police officers can arbitrarily decide to take children without actually having a termination of parenting hearing. Now, you have to consider war. The enemy walks in and takes your kids, and nobody wants to misprison the treason of the enemy. Yes, that terminated your parenting rights. It's just like the enemy. Yes, another nation walks into your house and takes your kids and says your parenting rights are terminated. Ouch. Now, they happen to use a protection order to do it. Yes, they used a dissolution of marriage to do it. But it's actually war on the American pop. It's treason. Now, every person having knowledge of the commission of treason, who conceals the same and does not, as soon as may be. Yes, I disclose the treason to the governor's office. Yes, the employees of the agency of the Department of Transportation. Yes. Uh-huh. And the office of the insurance commissioner. Yes. And quite possibly numerous other offices of the executive branch of Washington State. Then I did disclose to the Supreme Court justices of the state of Washington. And then I did email some of the Court of Appeals in this state and quite possibly other states. Yes. And then I emailed every court in each and every county of the court directory. Shall be guilty of misprision of treason, punished by fine of not more than $1,000. Now, just so that you know, yes, you can all go to prison. There is no possible way that it could be legal to terminate parenting rights without having a termination of parenting rights hearing. And those hearings require notice and opportunity to be heard. But this court issued a court order for 10 years where my sons are going to be adults before it expires. Yes. And the idea right now, it's war. Now, Mike Van Proyen speaks to the club about water wells sponsored by our committee, International Service. Yes. This is not Marilyn Van Proyen. Mike did not receive moral support from his wife, Marilyn, and their adopted daughter from Haiti. Now, it looks like Mike took it upon himself, yes, to put an image of somebody else other than his wife in a Rotary newsletter, terminating her parenting rights of Legina. Now, I'm sure if Mike had asked Marilyn, would it be okay with you if I put a picture of Paul's sister in a Rotary newsletter? Yes. Holding Legina and then say that it's you instead of his sister. Now, as a wife, I would be very, very, well, upset, angry. And then I would feel victimized as if Mike took it upon himself to terminate her parenting rights when it involved her adopted daughter, Legina. Yes. Now, let's say I sued Foursquare. Let's say I sued Rotary. Let's say I sued the city government. Yes. I sued the county government. Ouch. I sued the state of Washington. Yes. And I sued the United States federal government for no